Hello and welcome to GuildRock SMP episode number 19. I've made some really good progress on the rocket that's going to get us from Season 6 to Season 7, but I've decided that today I'm going to put that on hold to investigate a rumour that I've heard from the other GuildRock members. Several people claimed to have seen a large meteor, or more than one meteor depending on who you talk to, and they say it seems to be heading in this direction. As I'm one of the few members with a spaceport, it seems logical that I should try to get to the bottom of this rumour. I've been planning to build a satellite tracking dish to locate the Season 7 world anyway, so today I'm going to build it and test it out by looking for this meteor that everyone seems so worried about. So, let's jump in and get started. I've been looking around my base for somewhere to put the satellite dish, and I've decided it's going to have to go somewhere quite high up. You know, like they always put satellite dishes and things on the top of mountains. So I don't like to ruin some of these nice mountains here, but there's one just over this side here. It's a little bit of a funny shape, and I think if I chop the top off of that and, yeah, make it a little bit flatter, somewhere around about that mark there, I think that will make quite a good little place to put my satellite dish. So I'm going to have a work on that now and see what I can do. Okay, so I've levelled this mountain top off a little bit here, and I'm going to start building up the satellite dish on the top. This is roughly the centre block. I want to go up a bit and then build a dish looking out that way, which is roughly the direction I think the meteor may be coming from, or meteors, I'm not sure. So I'm going to make a start on that. It's going to be a bit complicated, so I'm going to have a look and see how it goes, and then I'll bring you back and we'll have a look part of the way through. Right, here we are. We've started on the base of the satellite dish. It's slowly taking shape and it's going to come up and around here like that. It's going to be quite big really. And I've run out of snow already. I do have a very small snow farm just over in the distance there. But Lockley has donated a couple of shulkers of snow for me, so I'm going to use those and give him a little bit of money for his troubles and carry on building the satellite dish. Well, I'm still going, and there's a lot of dish here, but I guess we're getting close to halfway through now, size-wise. It is pretty big, even compared to the building over here. But then we have some detailed photography and astronomy to do to try and capture these meteors wherever they are. So, I'll carry on and bring you back a bit later on again. I'm sat up here on top of a building that Lockley has just finished for me. He's put a nice roof on here, and we've got a good view over the rest of the base. And you can see that's one of the original buildings that I made. It's much, much bigger than that, so he's done a really great job. Thank you very much, Lockley. You've well deserved your place on the rocket. Now, if we come over here, I've done it. Here is the satellite dish, and we're going to be having a look for meteors with this. Just need to do some work on the base, and I've got to have a receiver on the front of the antenna as well so that we can pick up the signals. It's great to have the parabolic dish to reflect the signals, but we need a receiver out here somewhere to collect the data, and then we can process it and, well, just see what's going on in the sky. So I'm going to get started on the base of that now and then put a receiver on as well. Now I've finished building the base on the satellite dish, and as you can see there is a little copper cable there running through, and that takes the signal from the satellite dish all the way down through the mountains over to my base down here. I've got a sort of computational analysis room down here now. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the dish to see if we can track those meteors. So let's come in here. And here we are, satellite data room. So we got my little workstation here which takes the data through, and we've got my printer here. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a bit of typing on the keyboard just to sort of get things going. There we go, it's very simple typing on my keyboard. And now we have the data that we need. So let's have a look at that now. Well, this one looks all very ordinary, there's no evidence here. And this one looks pretty normal as well. Oh, this one's interesting. It does show some meteors. I think we'll have to investigate that a bit more. Now, I think it's very important that we get a bit more data about these meteors, so I think we need to learn three things. First one being how fast they're travelling, the second being how big they are, and then also where they're going to impact. So I'm going to head off and see if I can discover that right now. Well, here I am, right out in deep space, and I've managed to track down the meteors. So I'm now going to work out how big they are, and how fast, and where they're going to impact. Now we're going to have to be quite technical and careful in our calculations, and as far as size goes, I would say they are very, very big, and they will make some very big holes in the ground. And as for speed, it was very difficult to get on one of these asteroids as they are travelling close to the speed of light. And well, for the last one, destination, well, let's have a quick look and see where they're heading. Right, well, they seem to be heading straight towards the shopping district here, and I reckon they will probably hit, what do you reckon, if the tail's over there, it's probably going to hit somewhere down there in Main Street, or possibly even the town hall. Now, even though we're travelling at the speed of light, nothing seems to be changing down in the shopping district, and there's a very good reason for this. There's a time dilation effect as you approach the speed of light. For a body travelling close to the speed of light, time seems to pass as normal, but to an outside observer you appear to travel very quickly in an incredibly small amount of time. This means that if you are standing on that body that is travelling close to the speed of light, time seems to pass very slowly outside of your envelope of movement. That is why, as we look down there upon the shopping district now, time is almost standing still for people down there. So I'd say we've got about 3 or 4 weeks until these meteors impact the GuildRock server, destroying the world as we know it. And this timing has nothing at all to do with the release of Minecraft 1.20 and the beginning of Season 7. That brings us to the end of this episode. It's going to be interesting to see what was that? Was that a meteor strike? Well, I didn't realise that some of the smaller fragments might impact GuildRock earlier than the bigger ones. Well, that changes things somewhat. Well, you'll have to stay tuned to find out what happened. It looks like we're in for some interesting times, so please drop a like and subscribe to see what happens. Well, that's it for today. So, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode. So, have fun, and see you later.